side.
I'm gonna see. Let me make sure it's on here. Good. Okay, we're on.
Good morning. This is the Kingsburg Downtown Business Improvement District Advisory Board meeting. Today is September 7th, and our start time is 8:03. Order. Those in attendance: June Hess, Carpenter, Reggie Gerke, Mackey, absent, Sargent, Amanda Carrasco, which she will be here in a few minutes. Else we're missing? Oh, and Lauren Cooper. Okay, so, moving on to item number 2, public comment. Nope, you're just here? Awesome. All right. Moving on to item number 3, approve the minutes from the 8/3/22 meeting as presented by City Clerk Abigail Palsgard. Motion to accept.
I move to approve.
June.
I'll second.
Reggie seconds. All those in favor? Aye. All those opposed? Item number 4, downtown zoning, discussion, possible action. This has been brought forward by Mr. Safarjan, who is absent today. Abigail, has there been any movement on the city side? They're still doing studies and
Yeah, I don't think they said it's gonna,
it'd be 3 months.
yeah, it's gonna be
3
a
to 4
couple months, yeah.
So, just so you know, the city has some folks coming in just to do study on all of that, and they said it'd be 3 to 4 months when they come back with their report. Good morning. And so we're kind of waiting to see what they come back with, and how we're gonna help support.
Well, when they came back, that first meeting that they had, it was like, okay, then everybody had questions, and then they were like, oh, well, we don't have answers for that. We don't have answers for that. And it's like, what are we doing? So, okay.
Yeah, that's great.
That's what I was curious about, if you guys had more information on that, but if we're in holding pattern, then.
No, and I have reached out to the gentleman that was here that night to like say, you know, I'll go with you and walk face to face to talk to folks downtown, because he wanted to set up Zoom or public meeting, and he'll have much better luck going door to door.
I don't have to show up at public meeting.
And Zoom, very little. So I know from our standpoint, we're encouraging him to get a little more involved in his study, if that makes you feel better.
No, yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's a tough deal. Some people are like, well, you're gonna tell me what to do, or this is, well, anyway, if it's just 3 to 4 months, then we'll circle back when it's set.
Yeah.
So, okay.
All right, moving on to item number 5, reports from board members.
I remember last time we got, or I wasn't here last time, but prior to that, we had mentioned a Google Sheet document or like an Excel sheet to kind of coordinate all of our events, like at the same time. I think I sent it to Amanda, it's been a minute, but, I did prepare a document right after our last meeting, so I do have that. I think I actually shared it to all of your, emails a while ago. So I did work on that, and I think if we do, oh yeah, the bit of that calendar. So just like very, very simple spreadsheet, like date, what it is, and then description. I did prepare that, but obviously we haven't met again to talk about it. Just when we were talking about getting everyone on the same page where downtown businesses are like Friday night, they were supposed to be the Fresno Eat, so then I had my thing on Friday night, like you were there, and like all this collaboration. So I did prepare a document for that, which all of you have access to, and there's the update.
I've had other downtown businesses ask about having access to that so they can know what's going on.
Cool.
So I don't know how you guys want to do that,
I feel like that should be something built into the website.
but can we do something before the website is up and
Well,
running
yeah.
also?
I think doing the spreadsheet works. It's muddy if you give a lot of people access to it.
Or
Yeah.
save it as a PDF.
I think what would work good is if you put it together, if you added a Google form with that spreadsheet, so, and then send that link out and people can enter their
Submit
events.
their information.
They can submit all the events, then we collect it all that way, and then we can give them access to be able to view that form, or view that spreadsheet.
Yeah.
I think that'd be the cleaner way to do it. Would avoid, we could even do it through, Microsoft Forms and Sheets
Yeah.
also, and utilize the city
Yeah.
account. So you
Oh,
don't have to
I-
use your own.
No, and well, right now it's through the business one, so I don't really care, but I think that, like, if it was organized technically by the city, mine's like a very rough draft, like, it's not pretty, I would love something cute. But I think keeping just like a running Google form,
Mhm.
and that way, at any time, somebody can go and say, oh, ladies' night out, this is what we're doing, or, oh, this is, just to keep things consistent and make it basically a living document.
We do have a Google Calendar
Okay,
that is easily viewed by everybody without
Okay.
them accessing the spreadsheet, that makes
Yeah.
it easier.
Can you send that to me?
Yeah, and then it's, there's a form where they can add something to it. And then we kind of still can,
right,
it's not editable by too
yeah.
many people, because then whoever can edit it can also accidentally
Change,
take stuff off.
yeah. No, I think that would be good,
Perfect,
if
sounds
the
like
city
you-
or
yeah.
somebody has, you know, main control in them.
And I think that can be, I think the website developers should be able to integrate that.
Exactly, we kind of tried to do it with the one we have right now, but it doesn't really
Yeah.
work,
Yeah,
but-
they should be able to do that. So if you've already done it, there's no reason to reinvent it, I
Yeah.
guess, yeah. Yeah, I like that.
But maybe just making like a QR code, people can, oh, look, let's scan, put our stuff in, and then,
I can work with you on that one too.
yeah, you're the techie one.
Make that easy.
Reggie and Peyton are gonna, work on, and they're gonna work on details
Yeah.
for that, and then, do we need to talk to Amy at, 5 about?
Yeah, so she's waiting to hear back from the proposal they sent us to see if we liked the layout. So they just need an official, yes, we liked the layout.
The one that I got was the original one that they sent us with all the original pictures, though.
Okay. I think the pictures are not plugged in yet.
Okay.
She also needs parking, like, there's a page that has the parking, and so they don't have, any guidance as to what we want listed on there for public parking locations, and they wanna, I think maybe we asked for a page on parking, so they just need that
Just need to
info.
know where we want people to
Yeah,
park.
what do we want them to put on there? That was it, and then they needed forms, which the forms have been exhaustively sought out.
So I didn't show up on that list as turning mine in,
I sent her the email.
but
that
I
you
sent one
to
in
me.
and I even have a reply back from her saying, thank you, received.
Perfect, somebody else told me that they sent theirs Tuesday, and they
I sent
weren't
mine
on the
like
list yet.
2 months ago.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
3 months
I sent
ago.
my original one.
Yeah,
Oh,
were you on the
Sent
list?
to, and I wasn't, so I resent it, and now I am on the list,
Okay.
so.
You guys might want to contact Amy to
Okay.
see what's going on.
Resend it.
Because I'm wondering how many people sent theirs in and she didn't.
Because
They
Dylan,
don't
your
have it.
chiropractor, told me the same story.
Yeah.
I did it the minute you sent it to me, and blah, 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 blah.
And we only ended up with like 20 of them actually on there.
Initially.
Initially, we might be at,
We definitely have some more yesterday.
A lot
Like
yesterday.
10 at least, yeah. We're texting everybody and then mom. Yeah.
and I made some phone calls.
Send mine again to her then.
Yeah.
Got it, really, I don't know.
I forwarded her the email that you sent to me, but
Okay,
yeah, you guys should definitely contact her.
okay.
You guys hired them, so.
Meeting with them, like a face-to-face.
Yeah, that's good. Quarterly
I
report.
feel like that's probably about where we're at, because we need to see some movement.
I think
been a
they were
while.
just waiting on our official yes,
Yeah.
we liked it, because we hadn't told them that, we all liked it, but we need to tell them. It's good, and then parking, I think that was all she said.
And then trying to get,
Purchase forms, yeah.
and there are gonna be a lot of people on the webpage that have pictures but no verbiage. you know, we'll just print out all the emails that we've sent and said, here, we suggest.
Right, so.
So what happens if they wanna add it later?
I think they have to wait till January.
Yeah, until our quarterly maintenance is done. Otherwise, we're paying extra, and we're not doing that because we've already put all this legwork into the directory update. But I mean, they'll get on there, it'll just be at the next paid,
I think that's fair.
I think, yeah, that's fair, especially if you didn't submit it.
right.
If they've been.
But if we did submit it, or if somebody else says, no, I submitted it,
Then you
here's
just,
my,
yeah,
Then they
forward
need to
your
fix
email,
it.
yeah,
okay.
forward your email, and we'll see what.
Just making sure, head that
Yeah.
argument off later when they don't show up on there.
The
Say
good
that
call.
they sent it.
So let's, do you wanna call Amy?
Sure.
See what her schedule's like?
Yeah.
And, we gave them the city map that had, on it.
Oh, I know she, was that was one of the bullets, I think there was just those three things.
Because there's that map in nearly every pack that we get that has our district and it has parking. They showed us. Okay, we'll have a conversation
Okay,
about it.
okay.
I know that we've covered that once or twice with them.
The meeting. I'd like to ask about integrating that calendar too in the form stuff.
I'll send her an email and ask what works best for them,
Yeah.
what they would prefer to see. They might have their own back-end thing they wanna use too. I don't know.
The calendar was cleaner and clearer.
Yeah, and it's easy because it's Google, so it's just literally.
Yeah.
That's integrated in the
Yeah,
website
it's
already?
embedded.
Yeah, it's
Oh, okay.
embedded, yeah.
Oh, well, then we don't really need to do much there.
Yeah, we
If
just
it's
need to
already
get
there.
the form.
Easy.
It's just, yeah,
The
I like
form is done too, so I'll just send that out again.
You know that when we discussed a lot of this with them, that they weren't 100% down to like add to the calendar for us.
Right, we can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we can-
It'll update automatically, yeah.
we control the calendar then.
Yeah.
That works, out.
They just embed it on the.
I like
Do a
that.
one-time plug-in and they're done.
Yeah.
That would be-
Okay, anything else? Reggie? Crayfish?
Yeah, Crayfish Festival next Saturday, or following Saturday. Pretty good, streets will be closed about 1 o'clock that day. We're hoping everybody also stays open during that time. We're trying to coordinate as best to not block anything. It's hard, especially for businesses that land on corners, because corners are popular for festivals, so, but we're trying our best, so.
What streets are closed, and we'll send that out too.
Draper will be closed from California to Lincoln,
Okay.
and then Marion is closed from alley to alley, basically.
Okay.
And then Smith is closed from, Lewis, is that Lewis, where you're at? You're on Lewis, yeah, Lewis, all the way to basically the alley, on this side, or the parking lot that's back there.
Anything you need from us, folks?
Encourage everybody to be open and show up. Should be a good time.
It's 5 to 10 p.m.?
5 to 9. There, we try to get everybody out of there by 10.
The only thing I had, like, for the webpage is, I have a few people that, are moving into downtown. And I asked Abigail earlier about it, that, we need to speak with Five about how quickly we can get them in. Gold Center Mortgage and, I reached out to them yesterday because I didn't know if they had bought insurance, if they had bought business licenses or what they had, but I know, I mean, that corner is gonna come open eventually, and I wanted to give them every opportunity to be there, because I think that's a pretty big thing, and she did not send me the form, but, so I need to talk with Amy about that, and then I need to check with Abigail to see if they're actually in our district yet or not, and so I'll follow up on that. And we have a couple other businesses that are just coming in this week. And I noticed on our Instagram page, it said coming soon about Sunkist Studios. You know, how quickly we can get her in, if it's gonna be a quarterly
Yeah,
thing.
she already paid and she already sent her directory
She
information.
did, okay.
Yeah, so Abigail sent me a new list of, like, the most recent ads, to the downtown, like, who just paid their licenses.
Mhm.
So we shared those on Instagram, and I replied to them both, Molly and Crystal, and let them know the directory, like, fill out your stuff.
And they
Sounds like
did,
they're
Molly,
on it,
so,
so they
yeah,
did
they
that.
came and paid for everything yesterday
Okay.
for the bookstore.
Oh, for the down the way too? I just saw the pink door. I just saw the Sunkiss Studio.
Oh,
So, okay, so we're all square there.
yeah.
And then, her and then Gold Standard Mortgage, those are the only two that I knew about. Couple churches, I called yesterday to say, hey, you know, and KCC might try to slide theirs in today. I encourage them to. So, because, yeah, to send it today, and then I'll make a few more phone calls. Other than that, reports from the board members?
Maybe next month, we should spend our time talking about the holiday kickoff. That sounds like October thing to do.
I think we should make that an agenda item, because there'll probably be some action, some
Yeah.
spending some money and so forth.
Okay.
Yeah. Another thing I think we should probably work on, is
Which one?
I think it's the one that's lighting up. There it goes.
Number 10.
Number 10, always number 10,
It
Ellen's
is.
microphone. I think we should put together, I don't wanna call it a press release, but maybe a newsletter to send out to everybody in the district, whether, I think like, print it and mail it.
Okay,
And let them know where we're at with things, what we've done, where the money's going, all of that, just to provide some transparency, because I've had a lot of questions on, what have you guys done in the last 2 years? Where's all the money going
Yeah.
and all that, and a lot of people just, I mean, if they show up to the meetings, they know, but, or if they read the minutes, but I think it would be good to throw something out there to everybody so they're aware of kind of where we stand financially and with what we've had going on.
I think it's hard because they don't want to necessarily like hop on until they see it, but then
Right.
you can't get it going until people are, you know, it's like the broken wheel.
Yeah, and it's hard to explain to people that sometimes the wheels move slow,
Yeah,
but they still go.
that's a good idea, already.
It'll
We're
happen.
getting there, yeah, I would like
Down there
to,
to have them submit their email address if they haven't.
yeah,
That they could get digital updates too.
Yeah,
and they can submit their email address by emailing you.
yeah,
Yeah,
and
I
there's,
think that if we make it as simple as possible.
yeah, it's on our like social, there's a little contact button, and it goes straight to the only page on our website that's like really active right now, and that's the contact form.
Okay,
That's,
so I think we
So we
throw
got
that on
going
there.
on.
I mean, you should send me the emails that you have
Sure.
to make sure that
they're all included,
I have them too.
that's,
But I think we put it in the mail.
yeah, I think it's a good idea.
Print
Or
something
drop them
off
I could send you guys the active addresses, so you could do that.
And then if you can send us a financial report too,
Mhm.
so we can put that together on there. I'd be willing to take a start on that, but if somebody can make it look fancy, I'm not good at that part of it, but I can put the meat into it, I think.
Okay.
We can kind of email it back and forth with each other till it's put together.
Basically, just a progress report.
Yeah, just a simple one page.
And then I'll read it and I'll approve it, and we all know what's going on for at least.
Yes. And I don't know all of the details of everything either, so.
Just for.
I'll go back and
You
look
guys
the
the
minutes.
financials and stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
I think it'd be nice to, if we do get a more accurate list of emails, to create some urgency and like, hey, our next meeting, we're talking about big things, like,
Yeah, like
how
what
do you
we're
want
talking
money
about.
spent, like, this is your money.
That's a good idea,
Kind
instead
of
of just,
create
there's a
some,
meeting, but
yeah,
here's
create,
what
like,
we're
we need
talking
your input, like, create some urgency so people think, oh, wait, look, I
Yeah.
can actually say something and change some, or, you know, have some input. So I think creating urgency in that regard would be kind of helpful in terms of
Every time somebody comes into Berman's to ask me a question about this, I'm like, there's a meeting on Wednesday morning.
Well, in the next meeting, we're gonna talk about holidays, so that feels like that's pretty applicable to
Yeah, to everyone,
everybody,
kind of,
or at least to a lot more people than
Yeah.
usual.
or
Maybe
like
we can
something,
time the newsletter to get to them the week before or something,
Yeah.
and
yeah.
tell them to show up for the meeting, because it's gonna be about them and
Okay.
what's gonna happen.
Leslie, I don't know if this goes under the zoning discussion that we're gonna have, but as a business owner on that side of downtown, I would love to see us suggest to the city a lighted crosswalk in front of the gym. It's getting really dark over there. It's still dark, it's always dark, but it's a need for sure. And I wonder if that's something we can suggest, or if not, I will see who I could suggest it to outside of our group. But it seems like it would be beneficial to,
I think that would go well. Probably start at the city manager level. I think we can easily ask Alex to explore that.
if anybody's gone to the gym at dark, you're gonna get run over.
Oh, yeah.
And then a lot of people downtown, especially, people that want to frequent restaurants in that area, they get upset for gym people parking so closely, but you'll get run over if you don't park on this side of the street, because there's no, I think there is a formal crosswalk, but it's not lit. It's not even well lit at all, let alone.
Yeah, there's just one street light kind of randomly on the corner there.
So that's been on my mind forever, and I keep meaning to bring that up. But the zone things, I thought, well, maybe, they were talking about doing more, signage, like, in the picture, there was like an entrance, that's right where it is.
Jolene, do you remember they had, I think Dave Peters' last council meeting was talking about a whole new striping plan for Draper Street?
We're talking about for the schools.
Yeah.
I don't remember Draper being part of it, but, it's definitely needed there, because we walk too, and
Yeah.
even in the day,
Right,
you know, there's nothing that's traffic calming right there.
Other than the railroad track, depending which direction you're coming.
Going faster, because you're trying to beat the train.
Yeah.
When the railroad's going, it's even worse to try to cross there, because everyone's trying to detour from it. And especially if we're bringing up the idea of closing off the alley right there, that's the same area.
There's a lot of, yeah, it feels like when people leave the stop sign at Marion, it's a mad dash to end up to the other side of town.
Mm-hmm.
There's really nothing slowing anybody down there.
Yeah. I have those nice big sidewalk things that come out, I know that's not what they're called, but it almost is difficult to see the people on them because of the parking.
Mm-hmm.
So I think a lighted, lit crosswalk would be,
Yeah,
very beneficial to people downtown.
Where at?
Right in front of the gym, at
California
California and Draper, yeah.
Like as a driver, I appreciate that.
Yeah, that too, yeah.
Oh, I know.
Oh, yeah, that's the
Like
worst part.
Between 3 to
Trying
4.
Stop.
Right.
Real good.
All the high schoolers
And we're,
walking.
especially when we're encouraging this walking downtown,
Yeah.
and they're gonna do Stone Plaza right there, so it's only gonna get
It's
busier on
only
that
gonna
corner.
get crazier.
My two, that's I did this suggestion.
You go.
That's your stop sign that
I
you're
mean,
gonna
that's-
get?
Okay, so
That's
light-
where I stop, yeah.
Lighted crosswalk.
At California and Draper,
Yeah. Do we need to bring that up to Alex or Holly?
Yeah, it's a whole expensive process.
I'm sure it's a process,
Yeah.
but I don't know where do we start
It's the
that?
traffic committee, which is an internal committee, so
Okay.
I'll let them know.
You'll forward it to him?
Yeah.
Thank you.
And what was the other thing?
That's it,
Okay.
for pedestrian safety.
Or looking at some traffic calming measures at that intersection also.
Yeah, and that's what the bump outs are supposed to be.
Right. Perfect.
FYI, there's a group of, RVers coming to town today, and they'll be here until Sunday.
Just hanging out.
Yeah, I'm not sure what they're going to be doing. And I'm sure they'll be eating and shopping.
A lot of people milling around downtown on Saturday afternoons.
Yeah, I was open on Monday.
Mm-hmm.
They were too, it was really busy actually.
My store was pretty crowded all morning.
Yep, it works. Anything else?
Did I, Reggie, this is more question for you. Maybe I missed it. Did Friday night, was the park open with the food trucks?
No, we didn't do it this month. No.
Are they continuing or no?
So we're gonna do one more, see if third time's a charm, just to kind of figure out if the formula works or not. We're gonna do one more downtown the first Friday in October. So it'll be downtown and,
Like as in
Along
Memorial
Draper?
Park or?
No, on Draper Street.
Oh, on Draper, okay.
yeah, we're hoping by the beginning of October, it's not 1,000,000 degrees outside, but
So, like, the first is a Saturday, so
it would be
Like the
on the seventh, October 7th, yeah.
On Draper.
I'll talk to her right now. That's our plan. We wanna see if it brings people in or not. We're really looking at them as a test to see if it does benefit or not. But if it just benefits the food trucks, then we're not gonna do it, because it's too much work.
Is that a home football game or a away football game?
I believe it's an away. We looked at that also. I remember having that conversation. I wanna say it's away. I'm not 100% sure.
Are we having another downtown rally this year?
Probably will for the Selma game.
Probably
The
not.
high school reached
Oh,
out.
yeah, so.
It's
I
Selma
think
game.
the high school reached out that they're looking into it.
Isn't that their last game of the season,
The
is
last,
Selma?
I guess it's
No,
their last regular game.
Yeah, so that'll be November.
Yeah.
That would be
November.
helpful, I mean, once we get to, we can talk about that in October, to put it on the newsletter blast to remind
Yeah,
businesses or to put green and gold stuff out.
That'll be the last game before play.
And,
Usually right there.
yeah.
Usually, quick, in and out, an hour, hour and a half max. But a lot of people come.
A lot of families, like with littles, come and then kind of linger around after. At least in the past, I feel like that's how the bakery is. They all kind of disperse in town and the kids go back.
Yep. Anything else? Next meeting will be for this.
I will not be here.
You won't be here, Arjun won't be here.
We're not gonna have enough people.
We'll have 4.
If you need something to know about the streets before then, just email it to us.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go talk to Barbara right now about it and see if that's still on the radar or not, so. A little preoccupied with Crayfish Festival right now.
Adjourn at 8:31.